What's going on, guys? We are back again on the channel with another video. And sorry, I'm hearing some noise in the background of my ear. Sorry, is that Trent? Trent? Sorry, Trent, I can't hear you over William Saliba. I can't hear you over people like Ben White, my center back. And I can't hear you over Arsenal's 3 points victory at the Emirates over Liverpool Football Club, over Jurgen Klopp's Reds. Come on, you Gunners, up the Arsenal. And Arsenal Football Club have humiliated and bullied Liverpool in the second half to get 3 points on the board and a massive statement win over Liverpool Football Club at home. It's been a long time since we beat Liverpool. We deserved to win, and we took them on toe-to-toe. In the first half, there were glimpses where we were poor, and we should have shown better after getting a goal up from Martinelli in the first minute of the game. 58 seconds in, Martinelli scores, and then we concede a goal right away soon after to Darwin Núñez in 34 minutes of the game. Bukayo Saka, sweet chili heat, England's player of the year 21-22, Bukayo Saka, my star boy, my star boy, and massive performance from him. And a massive performance from the Brazilian excellence, Martinelli, who we signed for $6 million, by the way, a steal of a signing. Arsenal Football Club have just beat Liverpool 3-2, and I am over the moon. And I promised you guys I'm going to knee slide. So after this match reaction, I am going to be recording myself knee sliding in my carpet floor. And it's well worth it for Arsenal Football Club. This was an incredible game, and a game of two halves for sure. The second half, we drastically improved and we maintained our lead so we don't get found out. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitter, and shout out to everyone watching directly on YouTube on my channel. If you like what you hear so far, if you've watched my previous videos, do make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button as well. It does help my channel get more noticed and get more interactions with other Gooners across the world. Today's video is going to be a massive statement win for Arsenal Football Club against Jurgen Klopp's Reds. And I do want to say my best wishes goes out for the injury of Luis Diaz. I think that changed the game a bit, but we are going to talk about the penalty decision, and we are going to talk about the game overall. Let me know your man of the match in the comments below, and how do you feel of Mikel Arteta getting the win over Liverpool Football Club? This was a huge statement for us, especially after beating Tottenham. This is a massive win for us, and I predicted we'd win 2-1. Before we even kicked the ball, I said Granit Xhaka banger and a Gabriel Jesus goal. I got the score completely wrong. It was a high-scoring game, and we did the job, and we got the job done. Let me go ahead and run back that intro real quick, and let's get straight into this match reaction. Shout out everyone watching in the chat. I am going to start away with the Arsenal lineup. So today's lineup, as you guys saw on my match build-up and preview yesterday with Luka AFC, I did say I preferred to have Tierney starting at left back rather than Zinchenko. We do want to address Zinchenko's injury. The muscle injury to Zinchenko is the reason why he wasn't in training for Bodo Glimt. He didn't feature in Bodo Glimt, and he wasn't in training for the Arsenal versus Liverpool match. Hopefully he has a safe and speedy recovery, and we will see him, fingers crossed, for our next game against Leeds at Ellen Road. Now, in today's starting 11, nice to see Tommy return and Jesus start us off in the attack. It was interesting to see Tommy at left back, and then later on we saw Tierney come off the bench. We saw late substitutions, but it worked for us. And I think today's game, the first half, we saw some glimpses of 2 seasons ago where we sat back, we invited pressure onto us. Granit Xhaka should have been playing a bit more forward, along with Thomas Partey, to avoid Liverpool getting in on us. I felt like defensively, we were really poor today in that first half. Gabriel made some errors that could have costed us. And if I'm being dead honest with you guys, as I always am, If you're trying to compete with Man City and give them a run for their money this season in the league, you can't afford costly errors from any player, especially in the defensive back line. In my preview, I said our defensive back line needs to be solid, and we can't be seeing mistakes from Gabriel. And today's game, Gabriel did show mistakes that he's showed us previous games, and it shows that he was the weakest link in our defensive back line in that first half. He did try to make up for it and be cautious the rest of the game, the second half, which was at least a good thing to see. Today's game was definitely a game of two halves. And I think Klopp is under serious pressure this season. I want to say shout out to everyone tuned in the chat. Do make sure to like the video if you haven't already and click that big red subscribe button. I'm on the road to 3,500 subscribers, but I am absolutely ecstatic over Arsenal's performance today, especially in that second half. With that being said, there are some critiques and criticisms I have from the first half performance. The first half, when we got that goal, that lead from Martinelli starting us off, we conceded to Darwin Núñez. It had to be no-touch Núñez. And unfortunately, after that, we sat back and we let Liverpool grow into the game. Uncle Laurie, shout out my favorite uncle all the way from London. Respects to you and respects to Trey. Hopefully he's not taking the defeat so bad. But Uncle Laurie, I am going to record my knee slide as I promised right after this match reaction and post it on Twitter. I'll probably do a short of it on YouTube, but I'll ask my mom to help me record it. And hopefully I don't get carpet burns, but it's well worth it for Arsenal. I never thought in a million years this was the best chance to play Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp, and you know damn well he was scared when he brought on Ibrahim Konate, when he bought Bobby, and when he brought on Harvey Elliott. With all due respect, I know Liverpool fans are crying, saying Arsenal should have got a red card. That's not a penalty. That's not this. That's not that. But in football, officiating decisions sometimes goes your way and sometimes doesn't go your way. Football, just like other sports, is scripted. And, you never know when it could be your day. Today, it's our day. And at the end of the day, the 3 points comes to us at home. It is our fortress. And in that first half, honestly, we got bullied by Jota and by Firmino, where, we were almost getting too found out in midfield, leaving our midfield exposed and easy for Liverpool to cut through on us. And it felt like our defense was non-existent. In that first half, it also felt like there were times where defensively, the mistakes that we made costed us the chance. And I want to shout out the Odegaard chance. Odegaard, you should be putting that away. If you put that away, Firmino, there's a likely chance that Firmino wouldn't have scored the second goal for Liverpool. But at the end of the day, we got the 3 points. We got super lucky today. And personally, I felt in the first half, we started off really well. But later on, we forgot pressing, we forgot passing, and we were just being really sloppy and kind of being the same old Arsenal, resorting to our old ways. I think overall, if you're trying to compete against teams, especially soon in November, we'll have to play Benji's team, Manchester City. And if we're trying to compete against the goal-scoring machine, Erling Haaland, we cannot afford costly, liable mistakes in defense, and we can't afford having our midfield cut open. I felt Partey had a quiet game today, along with Granit Xhaka, had some great chances in the first half. It was nice to see him get the captain's armband once again when Odegaard was subbed off. It was great to see Fabio Vieira come on. Personally, I wanted Fabio Vieira to come on for Odegaard in the 60th minute itself when we really needed an impact sub off the bench. Mind you, we got the 3 points today, and this is a massive statement win for Mikel Arteta and the boys. Bukayo Saka taking that penalty against Liverpool is a massive confidence boost for him, especially considering what happened to him last year in the Euros. Just not too long ago, actually. And personally, I know we're going to talk about that penalty decision. I felt it was a penalty. Now, I know there was an incident of handball from Gabriel as well that we got really, really lucky for. I'm being dead honest with you guys. That was a clear handball. It was so high up. And as an Arsenal fan, I'm going to be honest and say it was a handball, and we really escaped death by daylight for that. And also, I think Chelsea is another team to be scared of. Benji, I do see your comments in the chat. Aubameyang has been firing lately for Chelsea and looks like he's hungry with something to prove against Mikel Arteta. With that being said, no one is bigger than the ambitions of Arsenal Football Club, and no one's bigger than our ambitions and our goals. I wish Aubameyang all the best wherever he is. We've had players leave before, like Van Persie, Fabregas, Ashley Cole, and we just got to move on with the times and focus what's happening in our own yard. And today, credit is given where and when credit is due. Tomiyasu was incredible today. He had a great game down the right and down the left-hand side, man marking, tracking back, and literally taking his man on. Tomiyasu was on fire today, and a lot of people underestimated him, saying, oh, he doesn't normally play in that position. Actually, Tomiyasu plays as a left center mid for Japan. So, and you saw against Bodo Glimt, Arteta wanted to test that position for him, and it worked today. We got the result. I think today's game, to summarize, I want to say it was Arsenal growing back into the game, being resilient, and not giving up. The Arsenal I know from last season, 2 seasons ago actually, was the type of Arsenal to sit back, invite pressure onto us, which we did do today in the first half. But in the second half, we would give up. Our heads would drop, our players would stop caring, and it felt like we were the away team in that first half performance today. The second half, we finally rose to the occasion. We switched on and we said, no, 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 Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp's Reds, you can't touch us this season. We are a different Arsenal and definitely a massive statement win, like Niall says in the chat. I think this is a massive confidence boost for the boys heading on to face Leeds at Ellen Road. These 2 games, Tottenham Hotspur and Liverpool, were a massive test for us. Manchester City is the next big team we have to face. As well, we should never underestimate our opponents. Last season, we gave Everton their first win of the season, and it was absolutely embarrassing and absolutely disgraceful from us. These type of games are games where we need to take lessons, where we should improve defensively, and where we should improve in terms of being collective, organized in the midfield. If you leave our midfield too widely exposed, it's easy for the opponent to cut through. I felt in the first half, Xhaka and Partey should have been playing a bit more forward. I also want to say Trent being disastrous and a devastating performance. I think it shined. We saw it more because of how good Martinelli was. And we saw it more because of Martinelli's dribbling, how direct he was, how fast he was with pace, and how Trent was in his back pockets. It's a shame Trent got subbed off for Joe Gomez, but it looks like Martinelli had Joe Gomez for dinner as well. I do want to say we stepped up in the second half when we were called and rose to the occasion to do so. We won the midfield battle eventually, and we got the duels under our belt. I think that's something that comes to our result. The penalty going our way, as well as the penalty call being made to us. Normally, if it was someone like Mike Dean, someone like Paul Tierney, we wouldn't get these calls. And tonight, it was our night, and it was our time. And Mikel Arteta's Red Army time to make a statement result and get the 3 points. The press and passing from Ben White today was instrumental to how we play. And I know a lot of people don't want to give this guy his flowers and don't want to give this guy his credits, or I should say cigars, is because, it was a 50 million signing. He doesn't normally play right back. We're playing him out of position most of the season. He's a 50 million right back, English tax, this, that, and the third. Ben White deserves a lot of credit today. He was instrumental in our movement and our passing today, and instrumental to how we play. I think he had a great performance today. Tomiyasu as well, and my star boy Bukayo Saka alongside Martinelli. Every single cross that went through Martinelli today, he tried his best to finish off, tried his best to create in the attack and lead it up towards our attack to try to get us chances on goal. And this game today is a massive, massive statement win for Arsenal Football Club. One moment. Niall says, fantastic result, huge statement win, Melina. I completely agree with you. I lost my voice. I can barely talk. The last 5 minutes of extra time was the longest 5 minutes I've ever dealt with in my life. FDT says, yes, I think I broke my sound on my stream. Yeah, me too. I was screaming on the top of my lungs. I was doing a watch along with Steven, and I was screaming when the full-time whistle was blown. I was already shouting, blow the whistle, ref, blow the whistle, ref. We can't afford another minute of this game. Seamus, credits to you. Thanks so much for turning up as a Liverpool fan in my chat. I really appreciate it. And shout out to Jack from the Anfield Road TV. It was great to be on his preview, and I am going to banter him about this win. Seamus says, Martinelli and Saka, very impressive for you guys today. Yes, and I think they carried us on their back today, but massive credit does go to Saliba in the first half. Before the almost near own goal incident, but overall, Saliba was definitely our better center back in that defensive back line. I also want to give massive credits to Tomiyasu. He was exceptional today. My man of the match has to be Gabriel Martinelli. He was immense today. He was ecstatic. And from minute 1 to minute 90, he didn't put a foot wrong. He continued with high intensity pace, exactly what we needed to charge at Liverpool. And you knew it was bad when Liverpool were already have used 5 subs before we even made 1 sub. Liverpool bringing on Konate, bringing on Firmino, bringing on Fabinho, and bringing on Harvey Elliott. You could see the fear in Jurgen Klopp's eyes. You could see Jurgen Klopp didn't know what Arsenal he was going to come up against. And in fact, some of us ourselves, before we even kicked the ball, I know I have a friend named Luca, and he said right before we kicked the ball, saying, oh, Arsenal are going to lose. Arsenal are going to draw. Arteta out. He actually said Arteta out because we didn't make a substitution, even though we were leading. You know, he was saying Arteta out before we even kicked the ball. And if you're writing off, I respect people's difference of opinion, mind you. But what I want to say is I'm sick and tired of people writing Arsenal Football Club off before we even kick a ball this season. I think Arteta is being underestimated this season, as well as this team. With that being said, the quality and the reinforcements we have had in this team still needs to step 1 step higher. We need a midfielder and we need a winger, hopefully in the January window, if not in the summer, to strengthen 1 step higher and to improve our team overall. Why not says Ben's a better right back than center back. He's not good reading defensive dangers, but a good ball progressor. I think he's out of position at center back. Fair enough. FTT says jump up and down. FTT, I'm too old to do that, but I am going to do a knee slide and I will upload it on here as well as my Twitter. If you do want to check me out on Twitter, it's just Miss Melina7. Let me know your thoughts of the game in the chat and let me know your man of the match. Shout out to everyone tuned in and shout out to everyone watching on Twitter. Benji, the Man City fan, says Arteta very smartly exposed the wingbacks, Martinelli and Saka exposing Trent and Tsimikas. Constant through balls through to them. It was very easy to cut through. And Benji, I want to mention Jurgen Klopp before in the presser, and many times last season, he's always had an eye on Martinelli. And it was nice to see Martinelli shut him up today. But it was also very, very nice to see Virgil van Dijk make a mistake for the first goal from Martinelli, along with Trent being caught out of position. Very, very, very satisfying to watch Martinelli be an absolute menace to Trent today. Until Trent was subbed off and Joe Gomez came on, Martinelli had new meal for dinner. FDT says, I thought Liverpool will burn the Emirates down. Football Daily Talk, Charlie, I thought Liverpool was going to show us how to be humble. I thought Liverpool was going to destroy us. What's that? I thought Trent was going to keep Saliba to the shops. What's that? Oh, Virgil van Dijk, best defender in the league. What's that? I can't hear you. You'll never walk alone. Well, you're walking alone tonight, mate. Victor says, congratulations on your win. Big up to Arsenal. Shout out to Victor tuning in, Manchester United fan, but a really great friend of mine. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way, to all the Canadians watching and to everyone watching on the replay. I'm Canadian myself, so it's a great Thanksgiving. Seamus says, Liverpool are done. City are up next for us. Dreading that as for Arsenal. Hope you guys can keep this up. Definitely top 3 for you guys. Seamus, I said top 3 before the season even started in my predictions. I said we'll finish above Chelsea and we'll finish above Liverpool if we continue maintaining the performances that we've had. The one defeat to Manchester United really hurt because we didn't have Thomas. Manchester United are a counter-attacking team, and they caught us on the break twice with Marcus Rashford, and that's how we lost the game. We played too high line up front, and our line got broken up, and it was easy for Rashford to cut through on us. Ali says our defense is so poor. Attack always needs to get us out of trouble. Ali, I think the weakest link in our defense, no disrespect to Gabriel Magalhaes, I think at times Gabriel is too rash and not, positional aware, but also not focused and confident in that role. I think there's times where Saliba has to bail him out. I think there's times where the attack has to bail our defense out. And in that first half, earlier on in my stream, I said our defense in that first half was non-existent, was actually non-existent. And our midfield was not good enough in the first half. In the second half, I bet that team talk Arteta had really said, look, you're playing for Arsenal Football Club, not Birmingham City. You're playing for Arsenal Football Club, not MK Dons. You're playing for Arsenal Football Club. Fix up. You're playing at home. Stop playing like you're the away team. Stop playing like you're playing at Anfield. I know Anfield is really intimidating and a different story, but we got them fair and square at home. Why Not says we beat a top 4 side eventually. Let's do it away now. Yes, and I think this is an immense statement for Mikel, and my credit goes out to every single player in this team and Mikel, the training staff, everyone involved for, bringing the boys to another level. Most of our signings were a year younger just last year, the youngest side in the Premier League, and they deserve immense credit today. Our man of the match today for Martinelli, you could even say joint man of the match for Bukayo Saka. For me personally, Martinelli was one step higher in terms of his press, his dribbling. He was incredible. And he's a kryptonite to Arsenal Football Club. And I'll even go one step further. We signed this guy for 6 million, and how much he offers to us. It is exceptional quality. And credits to Edu for the signing of Gabriel Martinelli. With that being said, I am going to wrap up my match reaction. Let me know some brief questions you have. I'll be on for another 5 minutes, and then I am going to go record my knee slide celebration. I can't believe Arsenal Football Club have humiliated and bullied Liverpool in that second half. Arsenal Football Club have finally beat a top 4 team at home in the 2022-23 season and got 3 points over Jurgen Klopp's Reds. Sorry, I forgot to mention something. One sec. I think I'm having a phone call. Sorry. I think Salah's calling me. Wait, what? Hello? Yeah, is that Mo Salah? Yeah, buddy, I think you should retire. You might as well go back to celebrating Christmas and that. I don't think you're good at football. Looks like you were quiet all game. I know Halloween's on the 31st of this month. Mate, you've already been looking like a ghost all season. And that's that. Mo Salah was non-existent the entire game. Mo Salah, Mohamed Salah for Liverpool, one of their best players. The player who they begged to stay instead of Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane, it should very well be rooting for us today, I hope. Mo Salah in today's game was just as much a ghost as Heung-min Son in Saliba's pocket, was just as much a ghost as Wilfred Zaha in Saliba's pocket, and was just as much a ghost as even Tony in Saliba's back pocket. Mohamed Salah was non-existent today against Liverpool. Let's talk about it, because not enough people will mention that. Seamus says, Salah is too busy counting the extra money he is earning every week. 300K a week Mohamed Salah is on, and forgot how to play football. You know what? I am going to end with this. Ali says Trent was Arsenal's best player tonight. Oh my God, Ali. Oh my God, bro. Don't do that. Oh my God, I can't believe you just did that. Virgil van Disney. Trent, Ballerina Arnold. Yeah, best defenders in the league. Mate, you're having a laugh. Arsenal Football Club got 3 points over Jurgen Klopp's Reds. And every single Arsenal player, I really hope, fingers crossed, is giving Mikel credit tonight. You can only play what's in front of you. And tonight, Jurgen Klopp's Reds came to our home saying, we're going to show you what we're about. We're going to show you to humble yourselves. We're going to destroy your winning streak. We're going to put you in a spliff like Man United did to you guys at Old Trafford. And Liverpool fans, I'm really glad to see some fans in the chat today giving us credit, because I know there's a lot of fans saying, oh, that's not a penalty. Arsenal should have got a red card. Arsenal this, Arsenal that, Arsenal this, that, and the third. But you know what it comes down to? Arsenal Football Club wanted it more and showed it more. And you know what? We did get lucky with officiating decisions tonight. And in my preview yesterday, I said, you know, I think officiating decisions is what this game's going to come down to. But I also said it's going to be a close game. And today's game, I never expected it to be such a high-scoring game with 5 goals. Bukayo Saka, put some respect on his goddamn name. I had a friend of mine tell me to my face, Bukayo Saka is overrated. He scored 2 goals for Arsenal today and saved our ass against a defeat to Liverpool at home. Martinelli, incredible performance from him today. And we got the massive statement win over Jurgen Klopp's Reds. And the last thing I want to say is, come on, you Gunners. And a 12 out of 12 performance today from the manager, from the fans, from the coaching staff, and also my man of the match. Actually, no. Scratch that. My king of the match has to be Trent Alexander-Arnold, Arsenal's latest signing. He was incredible today. It almost felt like he was wearing red and white. Immense win for Arsenal Football Club today. Let's continue this momentum. We got the massive 3 points. We go on to play Ellen Road next for Leeds. Keep your head up. This was a huge month for us with tough games, with the domestic cup games. And tonight, boy, did Arsenal Football Club make a statement. And boy, clean your ears, because Arsenal Football Club are back and Arsenal Football Club are here to stay. Whether you like it or not, go tell your grandma, go argue with your window, go argue with your dog. Because Arsenal Football Club this season so far are showing resilience, hunger, and showing that we can come back and win games. With that being said, respects to everyone who's tuned in the chat, respects to everyone watching on Twitter. Do let me know your comments of the Arsenal versus Liverpool victory today. Arsenal Football Club are back where we belong, to top of the league. And the next test will be Man City. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Adios.